The final draft of the treaty between the United Kingdom and the European Union in respect of Gibraltar is finally public. We have laid the text before Parliament just at the same time as it was deposited in the libraries of the House of Commons and the House of Lords, at the same time as it was also simultaneously published by the European Union. After almost half a decade of negotiation, the text is no longer confidential. It belongs to you, all 1,018 pages of it. Because following Brexit, Gibraltar was left outside the EU frameworks. Without a new agreement, we face the full daily application of the Schengen Border Code and the EES. That would have meant routine passport checks at the land frontier, extensive customs controls, and an economic cliff edge that would have threatened our very way of life. For nearly 15,000 daily frontier workers, it would have meant chaos. For families who live cross-border lives, it would have made normality almost impossible. For our businesses and public services, it would have created a deep and lasting uncertainty. This treaty was not negotiated out of preference. It was not negotiated out of choice. It was negotiated out of necessity. Routine immigration checks at the land border will now end. Access to Schengen for Gibraltar residents will allow movement into Spain and the wider area without visa requirements, without passport stamping, and without the 1,180 days restriction being enforceable. And let me be clear, no Gibraltarian, no Gibraltar resident can ever be refused entry into Gibraltar. But cooperation does not mean surrender. The first hand of the gate remains a British hand. The first check on entry into Gibraltar will be a British check. There is no transfer of sovereignty, no transfer of jurisdiction. The treaty states in the clearest possible terms that nothing in it affects the respective legal positions of the United Kingdom or Spain on sovereignty. Security will not be weakened, it will be strengthened. There will be enhanced surveillance, increased resources for our agencies, and a new joint operating base at the entry to Gibraltar. Gibraltar authorities remain in control. On goods, tariffs and quotas between Gibraltar and the EU will be removed. Import duties will be abolished, a new transaction tax will replace them, while Gibraltar will remain entirely VAT-free. It's a bespoke model designed for our unique circumstances. Is the treaty perfect? Well, no treaty ever is. But the real question is not whether we can imagine alternatives. It's whether there is a viable, negotiable alternative to this treaty that can protect our economy, our public finances, our jobs, our future, and our children. That alternative was only daily friction and daily uncertainty. Isolation. And in a complex world, isolation is not independence. It's stagnation. This treaty provides a springboard to stability, opportunity, and growth, whilst preserving what matters most, our British identity, our institutions, and our sovereign position. Now the text is public. Now Parliament will scrutinise it. And in the days ahead, we will debate whether to call upon the United Kingdom to ratify it for the benefit of Gibraltar and its people. So, this is what it comes down to. That is the responsibility that we all carry. And it is the opportunity before us, one which, as generations of Gibraltarians have done before, I am confident we will seize together and turn into another successful chapter of our people's story of triumph against adversity.
The treaty we have concluded, together with the United Kingdom, is safe, secure, and beneficial for Gibraltar. It is a product of many years of hard work, intense negotiation, and stubborn determination to provide a legal framework for Gibraltar's relationship with the European Union. This would allow us to sidestep the serious challenge that would have come in a no-treaty outcome, and to build a positive future with hope and optimism, one that protects our historic relationship with the UK and which creates a new partnership with our European neighbours. So we will enjoy the best of both worlds. It is no secret that after Brexit, Gibraltar found itself in an extremely difficult position. We were outside the European Union, but remained deeply interconnected with the region around us. Thousands of people cross the frontier every day. Businesses operate across borders. Families and friendships stretch beyond the geographic lines that divide us. Without a structured agreement, those realities would have been under threat. What the treaty does is replace uncertainty with stability. It creates a clear framework based on law, which will govern our interactions with Spain and with the EU. And it does so in a way that provides predictability for the long term. Alongside the treaty, complementary policies will be introduced to ensure that it operates effectively in practice. The The removal of controls from the border means an end to frontier queues once and for all. But the actual frontier line between Gibraltar and Spain will not change. It will, instead, become more secure. There will be a new law enforcement base at the border. Cameras and security patrols will be enhanced to ensure that Gibraltar is safe. At the same time, this treaty is explicit about what it does not do. It is not about sovereignty. Gibraltar will remain just as safe and as British before and after the treaty. The sovereignty safeguards are clear and unambiguous. This is a practical and technical agreement. It is a framework designed to provide legal certainty and protect economic activity, and it creates a stable and secure environment in which Gibraltar can plan ahead with confidence. Gibraltar did not support Brexit. We did not vote for it, and this treaty turns that challenge into a positive outcome. It provides that stable relationship with the European Union that our country voted for, and it ensures that Gibraltar can continue to thrive, secure in its identity, confident in its future, and in control of its own destiny.